The fourth stage in our problem-solving and decision-making methodology is to test the solutions. The work that the group has done up to this point, particularly the ideas grid, will have helped us refine the ideas that we have and identify the most beneficial. However, it's still necessary to test some of the ideas before full implementation in case there are unintended consequences and to make sure that they're actually going to work in reality. So we test the proposed solutions in a small-scale controlled manner. We can plan a test or a simulation and we define the parameters of that test. We conduct the test on a small scale, trying it for a few days or in part of the process or in a parallel test process. And we develop consensus on the best proposed solution based on the results of the tests. Testing may require management to approve resources, for example, for a test process. And it's useful to test ideas in a safe environment first. Sometimes a software simulation is possible, but practical testing in a work area is a great idea because it involves the staff who work in the process. And they're the ones that are going to know best of all whether it is going to work in reality or not. So it's a good way to get staff views on the proposed changes and the ideas that have been put forward, and also to identify any unforeseen issues. And the results of the test solution stage will be a list of ideas that seem like they will work in practice and which the work team approve of, and also a rejection of some ideas which perhaps are not going to work in real life. The next stage in our problem-solving and decision-making method, the fifth stage, is to decide, to select and implement a solution or the group of solutions that are best for the process or best to resolve the issue in hand. All of the great work that the problem-solving group has done up to this point is leading us to a decision, and this previous work should make the decision relatively easy. With management approval, the easy to implement solutions that we identified in the ideas grid can be put into place straight away. The more difficult to implement solutions, which are therefore more costly, but which have a high potential benefit, will need more detailed feasibility study or cost-benefit review, and members of the problem-solving group may be involved in that analysis. Different organisations have different decision-making procedures, so it's difficult to be prescriptive, but I do want to say that the cost of implementation should not be the primary driver of the decision itself. Three factors are more important than the cost. Firstly, that the decision will improve performance and profitability. Second, that the impact of the decision on the workforce, on the workplace, and on other parts of the operation will not be negative. And thirdly, that the decision makes sense strategically and operationally. Once the decision is made, we also need to monitor the implementation of the solutions and make sure that they are delivering the results that we thought they would. And that is all about communication. We need to keep everyone informed about the reasons for change and what is changing. We need to prepare new working procedures for the new method. We need to train all the staff involved, including managers and supervisors, in the new way of working. We need to listen to issues and concerns that are raised and address those in a positive and supportive manner. We need to check that the needs of the different stakeholders are being addressed and met. We should implement slowly and steadily, keeping everyone informed so that problems can be identified promptly. And we need to continue to gather data with the new method in place to ensure it addresses the problem statement that we came up with right at the start of this process. And I think the quote from Brian Joyner at the end there from his book Fourth Generation Management is very relevant here. Our employees will not treat customers any better than we treat our employees. How true.